The Poco X2 was released this year, 2020, with the Snapdragon 730G, and of course this year we've also seen the Galaxy S20. But if you go back a couple of generations to the Galaxy S9 with the Snapdragon 845, how will that compare to the Poco X2? Well, let's find out. So we have the Poco X2 with the Snapdragon 730G on the left-hand side, and we have the Galaxy S9 with the Snapdragon 845 on the right-hand side. It's worth noting that the Poco X2 is running in 1080p, whereas the Galaxy S9 is running in 1440p, so that could be a deciding factor later on, but probably the real deciding factor will be the difference between the Snapdragon 730G and its GPU as well, and the Snapdragon 845 and its GPU. So we really are going to see some interesting differences here, and as I'm saying that already, we can see that the Poco X2 is in the lead. Were you expecting the Poco X2 to be in the lead at this point? Well, it clearly is in the lead. It's going to finish the compression test any moment now, and it is already into the 16 thread test, whereas the Galaxy S9 is still in the compression test. Those 16 threads are churning away across the screen. They're like little horses running in a horse race, and now the Galaxy S9 has now come into that same 16 thread test, while the Poco X2 isn't going to finish. There we go. It's now finished. It's now into the mixed CPU GPU section of this test, starting with the blur test, as the S9 is still a bit behind. It's now into the blur test, blurring up those scenes there from underwater, and we can see we're into the infinite scrolling list on the left-hand side, whereas on the right-hand side it's still in the blur test. And as I said that, it's now gone into the infinite scrolling list, so clearly a lead here by the Poco X2. Now it'll be interesting to see what frame rate we get here in the smoke particle test. What's it going to be? 18 frames a second there on the left-hand side. Will we see much of a difference? And as I said that, it's going into the Unity test on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, what's the frame rate? Come on, what's it going to be? 14 frames. Oh, this is quite interesting, as the Poco X2 has now gone into the Unity test, and we can see here it's running at 120 hertz. Look at the information then, the top right hand of the screen, and obviously we can clearly see this is running on the right hand side in a higher screen resolution as well, because clearly the text is smaller there, and it seems to be going quite a bit quicker. In fact it's doing very well. But no, the Poco X2 got to the end of the Unity test first. However, not too far behind now is the S9. It's now got to the end of the Unity test. It's about to start the Unreal test. Will it be able to scream through this forest scene and maybe take the crown at the end? Let's gonna see. Well, the Poco X2 is doing quite well. This could be a last minute change of the lead all the way through. Up until now, the Poco X2 has been in the lead. What's going to happen? How's it doing? There it is. The S9 has won. 2 minutes 26.7. Absolutely amazing. I wasn't expecting that to happen. And now the Poco X2 has finished 2 minutes 34.2. Okay, well, we better break down those scores and let's find out exactly what happened. So as we saw there, the Galaxy S9 stole the lead there right at the very end, 2 minutes 26.7. Poco X2 came in at 2 minutes 34.2. That's a 7.5 second difference between them. So what happened in the CPU? We can see a clear win by the Poco X2, 59.8 versus 1 minute 7.1. Again, another win by the Poco X2 in the mixed CPU GPU, 32.1 versus 34.4. But when we get into the GPU, everything changed. 1 minute 2.2 for the Poco X2, whereas 45.2. That's a 17 second difference for the Galaxy S9. So that 17 seconds was able to cover up the losses in the CPU and the mixed sections of the test, giving it an overall win of 2 minutes 26.7. My name's Gary Sims, this is SpeedTest G. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and also if you like these videos, then stick around, subscribe to the community. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one.